Hi there, Kyle, aka Viktator. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. All right, nice. Well, thanks very much for joining. My name is Tal. This is another Gamertech build, and today we're joined by a very special guest. We're joined by pro COD gamer Viktator. You can find Viktator on Kick at kick.com/Viktator. And Kyle is in the chat right now. And hopefully he's going to be able to stick around and watch me build his brand new all white PC that is going to give him just crazy FPS. It's going to look absolutely insane, and there's going to be a lot of lights. So I hope you like lights and RGB and rainbow vomit, as they call it. But we can tone it down if you want, Kyle. But let me know. But there's going to be a lot. We got some really insane components today. So why don't we start by having a look through what this build is going to look like. So at the core, we have the we do indeed. We have the Ryzen 7950X3D. So this is 16 cores, 32 threads, 120 megabytes of L3 cache. It is an absolute monster. There is nothing better on the market for max frames, and also because Carl is a content creator, I imagine you spend quite a bit of time doing video production, editing, etc., as well. So you're going to have loads and loads of productivity oomph as well as maximum FPS. So yeah, this is definitely the right chip for what you need, sir. Hi Frank, thanks for joining. So happy you could join. Thank you, sir. Frank is my friend and friend of the company, friend of me, and he often joins. I'm very glad to see you there, Frank. Thanks very much. So at the heart of the system, we have a very cool X670E motherboard, which is the Taichi Carrera from ASRock. You'll see when we unbox this, it looks wicked. It's kind of like white with some marbly kind of black grey effects across it. It's seriously good looking. It's got tons of connectivity. It's got VRMs and for days. It will run so much power into this chip. It can be overclocked. You can do whatever you want with this motherboard. I think there's something like 4 M.2 slots on here as well. Today we're going to be using 2. We've also got Wi-Fi 6E and load of other stuff that we can go into later. We got some people in from Vic's channel. That's great. Thanks so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. We're a relatively new and small company, so it's a real privilege and an honour to be able to build a PC for someone like Viktator. I've seen him playing COD on his channel on Kick. He's pretty damn good. I am probably about 1% of his skill level, and that's with him using probably just his left hand, assuming he's right-handed. So yeah, he's really good. If you haven't seen him before, check him out at kick.com/Viktator. So what we've got next, here's our RAM. We've got 64 gigabytes of super fast 6400 mega transfers, and I believe it's CL30. Yeah, CL30 timing on these as well. So again, this PC isn't just for maximum FPS. That's what it is first and foremost, maximum FPS, because with Kyle being a pro gamer, he obviously needs the competitive edge as much as possible, right? So we're building this PC for maximum FPS, but as I said earlier, he also creates his own content, does video editing, etc. So he also needs plenty of RAM, not just fast, but also plenty. And because of that, we've got two 2x2 SSDs, 2x2 terabyte SSDs rather, for all of his fast storage. And somewhere around here, we have got one massive 10 terabyte NAS drive from Seagate. It's the Skyhawk, which is like a NAS brand, so it's really, really good for lots and lots of multiple uses, lots of I/O over long periods of time. So this is where he's going to store all of his videos once he's done all of his editing and video creation. What have we got next? We've got a great big power supply, 1250 watts, all in white with some nice white cables. This is going to look really nice. And then we've got fans. These are the new, brand new Lian Li Unifans, but these are a little bit different. They've got little screens on them. Every fan has a little, I think it's like a 400 by 400 resolution screen. You can show your CPU temps, your GPU temps, anything you like. You could probably even put your logo in the middle of their car as well. So we've got two lots of those. And the case, which those who have watched my videos before, you know how mad I am about good cases. It's my favourite part of the PC build. I won't pick it up because it's absolutely huge and really heavy, but we've got the brand new Height Y70 Touch. So for those that don't know, this is a big fish tank style case, but it has a touchscreen. Has a touchscreen right there on the front. So again, some really cool stuff that we can do for your car with putting up all of your metrics, you know, your you can put videos on there, you can put whatever you like, quite frankly. So I'm really looking forward to having a play with that. Yeah, that's it. That's everything, right? Yes. No, sorry, Frank, it's not Lian Li. It's Height, H-Y-T-E. They're a brand, I believe they're from one of the big SIs, like, I can't remember which one it is. I can't remember, so I won't guess. Roski says, need some ideas for upgrading my PC rig. Just my CPU, motherboard and RAM to think about. So what do you use it for, Roski? Just gaming? Are you just looking to get maximum frames? Are you doing other things as well, like Vic is? So I would suggest that this, if you're just gaming, perhaps this isn't necessarily what you need. You could step down a couple of rungs on the ladder and go for the 7800 X3D, which value for money wise is absolutely insane because it will give you practically the same FPS as this, but you just don't have the massive amount of cores. I think it's just 8 cores, whereas this one is 16. So if you're not doing your production workloads, you may not need all of those cores. But yeah, let me know in the chat and I'll absolutely see what we can do and, you know, hopefully give you some good advice. All right. Carl says, looks dope. That GPU. Oh, wait till you see it, Carl. It's really good. It's really good. Now, every time that we do a live stream, I do test the equipment first, right? Because the last thing that anyone wants is, you know, I build the whole PC and then we've got a faulty motherboard or a faulty graphics card or something like that. So I have taken it all out. I have tested it just on an open bench. I haven't played with the case yet. The case is still very unknown to me because I haven't built in this one yet. I think most people haven't. It's like rocking horse doo-doo. So everything works. I'm really happy about that. And yeah, looking at this graphics card and this motherboard is really nice. Really nice. It's gonna look sick, man. Andrew says he cancelled Valentine's meal with his wife for this. Wow, Andrew. I don't know what to say to that. Oh, I don't know what your wife is saying to that, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe she's out with the girls? I don't know. Rossi says, I'm currently gaming competitive FPS like Mad Lad Vic you're building for. I might also be returning to streaming. Okay, so if you're looking for CPU, motherboard and RAM, As I said, if you're just gaming, I would go for the 7800 X3D, and then I would probably not go for an X670 like this one. Again, this is what we've chosen for gaming and production. If you're just gaming, I'd go for a B650. You could probably pay about half the amount of this and still get a really good motherboard that will be just as good, but won't have the masses and masses of PCI lanes and connectivity and I/O and stuff. RAM, PC, CPU, yeah, RAM. Just get as much as you can afford, really, with RAM. I would say 32 gigabytes now is probably the minimum. And if you're going for the 7800 X3D, you'll be on you'll be on DDR5, and I would just aim for the fastest and the most that you can get. So we've gone for 64 gigs of 6400 mega transfers. You could step down to 6000 mega transfers and still get almost the same performance. But like I said, for Viktator, we're going for maximum FPS. And to finish things off, of course, we've got the graphics card, which is the RX 7900 XTX. Now, in terms of raw rasterization performance, this is almost as good as the 4090. Now, we did actually look at getting a 4090 into this build as well. Some of you more technically inclined might know that the 4090 at the moment is just impossible to get. So there's a big AI boom happening. This is crypto mining 2.0, and all of the high-end graphics cards, especially the 4090, are just all being shipped over to China direct from Nvidia. So there's literally none available right now. So we did try, we had a look to see what we can get. There was just no option there. And you know what? The 7900 XTX is almost as good and costs half the amount. Now that's great value. I think we made the right choice there. Yeah, you could spend, you know, another 750 quid and get 10 or 15 frames more. I don't think it's worth it. But anyway, I think we've got a great build here. I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in. And I personally am so excited about building in this case. It might be a bit of a longer stream than usual, so feel free to dip in, dip out, but you know, don't go for too long. I'm hoping that this is going to be a really interesting build. I think this is going to be a really interesting build. Roski says, I have quite the system already, just the motherboard and RAM around 4 or 5 years old since installation. I know I'd need, I can't actually see this, there's like a heart in the way of this chat here. I need a new CPU when moving to the M5 motherboards. Yeah, you definitely would. I'll put some, if you want to reach out to me, Roski, reach out at gamertech.org. That's our website. You'll be able to find my email, phone number, everything, anything you need to get in touch there, and I will be happy to help you with all your questions. I'm just going to have a little bit of tea. Need that caffeine. It's been a long day today. Don't want to start flagging. Right. So I think that's everything. So I'm just going to move some of this out of the way and we'll get started. Right. Let's get all of the things that we need straight off. Keep those here. We won't need half of this just yet. We'll just need to prep the motherboard, which we'll do first. And wait till you see this motherboard. It is beautiful. Now, I'm a sucker for fancy motherboards. They're quite expensive these days, and you know, you don't always need a fancy motherboard, especially if you're just gaming. I also obviously do streaming and video editing and everything for the business. So needed something a little bit fancy, but to be honest, I'm just a bit of a sucker for a fancy motherboard. So even if I didn't need it, I'd probably get one. So let's just have a little look at this, shall we? Look at that. It's got this great marbling effect on all of the top covers. It's really, really nice. I love the way this looks. Really happy with that. Such a cool looking motherboard. I hope you like that, Kyle. We've got tons and tons of extra stuff in here. Have a little dig into that later. We've got a cool fan that matches the motherboard. We'll see what we've got inside the height. I don't think it comes with any fans, so that'll be good to use on the rear. We've got a Wi-Fi dongle. We've got some USB pass-through. Yeah, we'll use those as well. Give us some extra USB. We've got one hell of a M.2 heatsink here. Let's have a look at this. This is massive. My word. Look at the size of that. That's the M.2 heatsink. That's insane. Let me just turn on the top camera as well. You guys can have a look. Check that out. The size of it. So, yeah, all right, well, we won't have any problems with your M.2s overheating, will we? Okay, so let's start clearing some of this out. Scott, thanks for joining. I can see that cup going on the PC sat on the edge like that. Yeah. Thanks for the tip. I will put that right down there, so no danger. Okay, so let's bring out our motherboard and let's use this as our little building platform. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that there. And I'll just, there we go. Let's go a little bit closer, I think, on the small cam. 1 second while I just adjust the zoom and whatnot. Hopefully that's going to give a good picture here. What's that look like? Yeah, okay. That's cool. How's that look? Yeah, that's most of it in. All right, let's have a look at the I/O on this thing. This is heavy, by the way. This is seriously heavy. It's like all of these marble pieces are actual marble. Ah, it's super nice. Damn, I want to get one like this for myself. What have we got in terms of our I/O here? We've got some. We've got 2.5 gig LAN. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB, and we've got 2 USB-C. And we've got SPDIF. No, we've got 2 more. These will be the really fast. There'll be at least 20 gig. I think there'll be a bit more than that actually. I'll have to check what they are exactly. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not slow, but pretty fast still. These will be at least 10 gig, and these will probably be 20, I would suggest. We've got HDMI out, and we've got a clear CMOS button. We've got our BIOS flashback as well. So I've already flashed the BIOS. Did that when I had a little look at the when I had a little test of the components earlier today, just making sure everything's working okay. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get the CPU in first. So we've got our 7950 X3D. Quite jealous of you on this one, Kyle. Would like this. Hey, do you think if I just sneakily swapped this for my regular 7950 non-X3D, do you think you might notice? Yeah, I think you would. Shame. I'd like one for myself, but damn. Can't really justify an entire new CPU of the same generation because it has some 3D cache. But yeah, I wish I could. Okay. Let's just drop that CPU in there. Yeah, switch it out. No one will know. Yeah, right. Okay, that's our CPU in. Keep this handy. Any of you that build your own PC, keep this handy because this protects the motherboard slot if you need to send back the motherboard. Okay. pop in our RAM and our SSDs. So we've got 2 SSDs for storage. Again, because Kyle is not just a pro gamer, but also, I guess, also a pro editor, whatever you want to call that, production person. He needs lots of storage. So we've got two 2 terabyte SSDs, and these are super fast. So these are like 6.5 read and I think 7,000 write. I use these on a lot of builds because they're pretty well priced, but they offer blisteringly fast performance. So Kyle's got 2 of those, but also a 10 terabyte mechanical disk for putting all of his, I guess, all of his completed videos on. What's your workflow like then, Kyle? Do you just will you be using like one first drive for Windows and games, and then second drive for like your fast storage of your current projects that you're editing, and then once you finish that, you'll move it over to the mechanical disk? Is that what you're planning on doing? That's roughly what I do. We also have a NAS on site here at Gamertech, which has 70 something, 74, 78 terabytes of storage. So yeah, we do video editing straight off the NAS and straight back onto the NAS when it's finished. Yeah, Carl, that's what I would suggest. Yeah, first drive. So the first drive that goes up here, that'll be your C drive, and then your second drive here. So I would suggest that Windows and games go on one drive, and then your second drive, because you're going to want to have some fast storage. Because if you try and if you do the editing off the mechanical drive, you're going to find that things are going to go a bit slow. Now, that may not be an issue. It depends, what resolution you're streaming at. What, if are you capturing 1080? Are you capturing 4K? Probably for 1080 it'll be fine. Definitely, I would suggest if you're capturing in 1440 or 4K that you use one of the fast SSDs. That's what I would do anyway. But whatever works for you. Everyone has their own kind of workflow, I guess, right? Right. Cheers. Okay. Let's get some RAM in. So, what we've chosen here is the Corsair Vengeance. Let me put it up here for you, be a bit easier to see. Corsair Vengeance DDR5. We've got 6400 mega transfers, CL30. This is lightning fast RAM. This is about as good as it gets. And of course, it's in white. Everything today is in white. Right, so Carl says he's capturing 1440 at 60 FPS. Yeah, that's some pretty large files. I would suggest that, as I said, yeah, I would suggest that C drive and games on the first one. So C drive, games and Windows. Second drive, your what they call a scratch drive. So that's where you do all of your current projects. Moving everything around, not quite happy with that. Yeah, happy with that. Editing this, editing that. And once it's finished, then you can just move it over to your mechanical drive, which is a hell of a lot slower. So a mechanical drive is going to get you, I don't know, it's going to be about either 150 or 250 megabytes per second, or megabits per second of transfer in and out speed. These SSDs will do something like 7,000 megabits. So yeah, the difference will be night and day. So if you can manage to get everything onto your SSDs and just use the big mechanical drive for backup, that's what I would suggest. Okay, let's get our RAM in. Damn, I love white builds, man. These are so cool. This is going to look sweet when it's finished. I'm so excited. I've not done a white build in ages, and I'm super stoked to build inside this SSD. Super hyped to build inside this case from Height. It looks really nice. I'm a Lian Li fanboy myself. Really love Lian Li cases. Got one myself. Yeah, this Height Y70 Touch looks really nice. I'm very excited to build in this. So we've got lots of cool features on this motherboard. So this is helpful for if there's any ever issues with your PC, Kyle. So you've got a little number pad down here. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just bring this up. Can you see? There's a little number pad there by my thumb. And what that does is, if you've ever got an issue with your PC, you'll get a number that comes up, and you can just call me and say, hey Tal, I've got an issue. My motherboard says it's code 82. And I'll just look that up. Right, okay, yeah, that's RAM. You might have a faulty stick of RAM, so take one out. We'll try that one. Try the other one. All right, yeah, okay. Yeah, one of the RAM sticks has gone faulty. I'll just send you a new one. Super handy, because a lot of the lower end motherboards now don't have that debugging feature on it. So it's a bit more difficult to troubleshoot. Just going to have a quick look and make sure that the stream is looking okay. I think everything looks fine. We've got excellent connection. Brilliant. Yeah, we're looking good. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Our channel is quite small. I think we've got something like just over 30 subscribers, and I think I looked at Vic's Kick channel. He's got like 2,500, so it's quite a lot. I'm not sure if, Kyle, if you're like piggybacking your stream onto mine or whatever, but if there's 2,500 people watching me right now, that's kind of scary. So I'm just going to pretend like they're not. I'm just going to pretend that it says that we've got 8. I'm happy with 8. That's fine. Yeah, no problem. I think I'd be a bit scared if it was 2,500. 12. All right, it's not 2,500. It's 12,000. 12,000 people watching. Damn. What did you do, Kyle, to get so many subscribers? I guess you're just a really good gamer, right? I did watch you play for a bit. You were really good. I play Warzone with my friends, and I was watching you play, and I was just thinking to myself, damn, if we had a 4-stack and we came across you, you would kill all 4 of us probably within about 2 seconds. So, yeah. Right. Oh, I forgot to mention, for our cooling, we've got this Corsair 360 AIO pump and res combo here, but it was actually delivered with a bit of a beaten up box, so I just opened it up and tested it all to make sure everything was working, and you know, the box was basically just a little bit destroyed, but thankfully there doesn't seem to be any damage on the actual thing itself, so we're good to go. Right, my tea's got cold now, so I'm going to put that aside. Let's get cracking. Hey, we had 11 earlier. Yes, 11 viewers. Oh my God, that's a record. Thanks everyone. Oh, I'm so happy. Carl says he's just a nerd. Yep, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Right, okay. So that's the motherboard prepped. So what we need to do now is start having a look at this case. So I've not built in this case before. and I'm very excited to do so, but also new cases. I get a bit nerdy about cases, so if at any point I'm just kind of looking at it and drooling and like fiddling and going, oh, this looks good, yeah, that does this and that does that, you know, someone just shout, you know, and tell me to hurry the hell up. Okay, it's going to be a bit rustly while I bring this up. Sorry about this. Let's just put back to main. And let's have a little look at this case. Oh, damn, that's big. Okay. Also, I'm signed into Steam. That's quite annoying. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, shutting down Steam. Brilliant, thank you. James Flynn, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Wheels, thank you so much for joining as well. That's amazing. I guess you're all Vix fans. Happy to have you. And I hope that this will be at least just a little bit as interesting as watching him play COD. Probably not, but well, I'll do my best. So this is our behind here. I don't think I'll take this off yet, just in case we have any scratches or cracking issues while we build. It's probably a good idea to keep this on. But here we've got this whole front area. Hang on, let me turn it around for you. That whole front area here, that's a touchscreen. That's a touchscreen right there, which you can basically configure to do whatever you want it to do. It can show whatever you want it to show. Michael Higgs, James Flynn, Dragon Man Z, cool name. Thanks for joining, really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Damn, this is a good looking case, man. This is so nice. Can you see that? Look, I'm nerding out right now. I'm really nerding out. There is such a nice kind of pattern on the top here. Let me show you. Look at that. Look at that pattern. Oh yeah, beautiful. And also on the back as well. That looks so cool. Oh man, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And what have we got on the back? Oh, those are good looking. Damn, this is a fine case. All right, let's open it up and have a look. Right. How do we open this bad boy? Just pull it. Yep. If in doubt, just pull it. Okay, so what have we got in here? We've got our PCI riser. That's good. This is held in place by some big foam insert type thing here. Let's try and pull this off here. Let's keep that on there. So let me just turn this round again. Yeah, Frank, this is the case that Linus did the multi-screen build. What was that, about a month ago? That's really cool. I don't know how many screens he ended up having inside this thing. Was it about 10 or something? It was a lot. It was very cool. So we got a nice, this is a PCI Gen 4 riser in here. That's really nice. It's got the white on here with the black cables. You've got the whole case has just got this cool like mesh cutout, top, back, side, everywhere. It's so nice. It's so nice. I think this case retails for about $350, so it's not cheap, but damn, it's going to look good when we're done in this. It's going to look really good. Right, let's see what else we've got. So I'm just going to have a little explore on this thing, because every time you have a new case to build in, you always want to make sure that you just have a little look around it and figure out where things go. Yeah, it's definitely double figures for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a little look and hang on. And just nerd out on this case for just 1 minute. Can I just leave you for a second, just for maybe 30 seconds? So that's really nice. Yeah, I like that. Oh, these cable pass-throughs. That's wonderful. Oh, it's got so many cable pass-throughs. Damn, this is going to look so good, man. It's really nice. It's just the attention to detail is fantastic on this. It's really good. So power supply goes in the rear chamber. So it's like a dual chamber fishbowl kind of setup here. So you'll be able to see the whole front is glass. So you've got the front glass, the side glass, and then obviously the front, the touch panel as well. So what we're planning is we've got the AIO, which will not quite decided whether we'll go to the front. Oh, let me show you. Not quite decided whether the AIO will go here. Oh, hang on. No, here vertically or along the top. I think our answer will be revealed to us as we go. You can put it either way. It can go in either place. So it doesn't really matter. But I think once we start getting some stuff inside there, we're going to have a better idea of where it's going to look better or best. Okay. Let's start pulling this case apart then, shall we? I'm just going to hide this motherboard for a few minutes down here. We don't need that right now. And I want to start exploring this case. So rear panel, that just pulls back. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Have you seen the RGB cable things, like massive wide cables that are RGB? Yeah, they're pretty nuts, dude. I do like those. Those are, I think they're the Lian Li strimmer is what they're called. This thing keeps moving and I just want to keep it in place. So I wonder if I can, I don't know, I might just tie that down with a bit of tape. One sec. Yeah, they're the Lian Li strimmer cables. They're very cool. But I went for, I think there's going to be plenty of RGB on this. I went for just the kind of, I went with a nice white power supply that has good looking but simple white cables. I think it's going to look really, really good. Of course, if you wanted to swap those out for the RGB cables, you absolutely can. It's super easy to do that. They're just extensions. So what you'll have is you don't have to, all you would do is you would just get the cable that you've currently got, let's say your motherboard pin, your motherboard cable that's coming in from the power supply to your motherboard. You would just connect the cable extensions to that and then just pull it back so that it just, just tuck it in the back somewhere so that you've just got that showing in the front and nothing else. Hi, Harry. Okay. We've got the rear here and we've got a little box of goodies. Let's see what's inside our box of goodies, shall we? Probably just a bunch of screws and some cable ties. Oh no, okay. No. Oh, okay. So we've got a. This is that DisplayPort or it might be HDMI? That's going to be for the screen, I guess. But we'll have a look. We've got also some audio cables for splitting off from single to dual audio. We've got our screws, which we'll definitely need, and some cable ties, which we'll almost certainly need to make things look good as well. Here's your hard drive caddy. Oh, I might just put that in now, actually. Oh no, you know what? It's really heavy, the hard drive, the mechanical drive. So we'll leave that till later because otherwise this is going to be making everything a bit more heavy and moving it around is going to be a bit tougher. We've got all our front panel cables here. Everything goes around the back. We've got our touch, the on and off front I/O is all here. What have we got on the front I/O? Yep, power button, 2 USB A's, a USB-C, and a single audio jack. Okay. I just want to look at it. I keep looking at it and thinking, right, okay, well, time to start, putting the computer inside it. But I just keep looking at it. It's really good looking. Damn, this is giving me some serious case envy. I want to kind of want to swap out my Leanne Lee for this. I was a bit dubious. Do you remember? So I was talking to Kyle Viktator about his choice of case. He was adamant that he wanted this case, and I did say to him, I think there are some better options out there. It only doesn't let you only lets you have 6 fans. You don't have any fans at the bottom. Obviously, you can have a single fan at the back here. So there's not tons of airflow. Well, I mean, it's still 6 fans. It's still quite a lot. But he was adamant that he wanted this case. Of course, he's the customer, so that's what we went for. But now I'm seeing it. Kyle, you were right. You were absolutely right. This is a thing of beauty, quite frankly. Okay. So I think for while we're building now, we're going to just take out the what's this thing called again? The PCI Express, the PCI riser. We'll take this out because this is just kind of getting in the way of the motherboard at the moment. So this is attached. No, this is attached, isn't it? Okay, so what I'll do for the moment is I might just hold this up. You guys probably can't see anything right now, so let me just see if I can do. Now I want to. All right, gonna unzoom. Now that we've got the case here. 1 second. Sorry about this. Let's zoom back out so we've got a full wide view here. Should be a bit better. We could even do a close up on the top if you prefer that. Or we can do this one where you can still see me. Probably that's not that interesting, but we've got the case here as well. Yeah, let's go for that for the moment, shall we? Yeah, Carl says, yeah, it is good. I've watched some vids on the case. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's brilliant. I really like it. Roski says Fantex NV7 case is what he has. Plenty of room, good airflow. Yeah, I built a PC just about 2 weeks ago in an NV7 for the first time. I was really impressed with it. I really like it. All right, let's get this motherboard back. So there might just be a little bit of trial and error today, guys, because I haven't built in this one before. When you build in a new case, you've got to take things a little bit slow, just get used to it, make sure that you do it all right. Sometimes, I've built hundreds and hundreds of PCs, sometimes I can do things wrong. So, I might end up putting in the motherboard and then realising, oh no, there's actually a cable that I want to bring round and I can't get to that. Probably not in this because there's so much room, but, bear with. Every case is different, and it's always good to make sure that you are. I don't want to move. I feel like I want to get rid of this for the moment. Yeah, right. Hold on, guys. Just gonna. Do I just take this right out? Yeah. So I'm just gonna remove this PCI riser. I probably don't have to, but it's just a little bit in the way. That's probably the worst view you've ever seen. So sorry about that. Give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, let's just. So I'm just taking out the PCI riser. Again, not because I have to. It's just, I think it's just going to make building in here just a lot easier. And it's just going to, yeah, here we go. So there's the riser. Just going to put that aside for the moment and then concentrate on everything looking real good down here. So let's get our motherboard in. Nice and careful. Get the sockets lined up, the screw holes lined up nicely. Oh. There we go. Yep, lined up, lined up, lined up. We've got one that doesn't match there. So I'm just gonna, okay, so we've got, gonna need an extra standoff in the M and two there, and we don't need one at the bottom. Oh no, we don't need an extra. I'm just going to take the one off the bottom and put it on the middle. So usually we wouldn't have that for an ATX case. It would be, so everything's labelled up, and it would usually, you've got A for ATX and M for micro ATX. So this is just a slightly strange configuration for the way that this motherboard, oh no, hang on, there is, okay, no, there's not an extra, no, there's an extra one. Right, pay attention, 007. So I'll just screw this one back on. And then we'll need to just grab one of the spare ones from the pack of things that I had earlier. And we should have an extra standoff or two. So we've got motherboard screws. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to put this aside. This is just our fixings for the riser bracket. So let's see if we've got any spare risers for the motherboard. It doesn't look like we do actually. That's kind of annoying. Unless there's somewhere else. I've probably got spares knocking around. Let's have a look. Oof, getting low. Getting low on my motherboard risers. Note to self. Right. Don't worry, Carl, I won't charge you for this one. The 0.0001 penny piece of metal here. We're all about value here at Gamertech. Okay. That should be everything. So let's just check these lights. We've got 1, 2, 3 on across the top. 1, 2 to the right. Yeah, 1, 2. 2 more to the side here. That's the holding one. And then we've got the 3 there. Yeah, perfect. I'm just going to bring the table down a little bit. There we go. All right. So what we want to do here is just make sure that the motherboard is lined. Oh, you know what? First, what? Just before I forget, let's just take this peel off. Okay, for your ASMR people. Is that how it works? I don't really know what ASMR is. I just heard people say it before. Okay. Now we want to make sure that all of the screws and holes line up, which now they do. Okay. Let's get our motherboard screws. So Kyle, do you play other games? What games do you play? Is it just Call of Duty? And if it's just Call of Duty, is it just Warzone? Or do you play regular Call of Duty as well? And when I say regular Call of Duty, I guess that's like the all versus all type thing, right? You know, deathmatch or whatever it's called these days. These days, God. Kids these days. You know what I mean, damn it. You play loads of games. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, what are you into at the moment? Me and my friends, Frank, we just did so Frank is one of my friends and a bunch of friends. We also just did a big LAN for the weekend, Frank LAN 2024. Shout out. And we basically just played Power World the entire weekend. we had some other games, but it was basically almost exclusively Power World. So, Carl plays Apex, multiplayer COD, GTA, and horror games. Okay, so you don't play Warzone, right? Okay, that's interesting. I thought Warzone was meant to be the best, like, version of COD, but I guess each to their own, right? Oh, that's annoying. There's a cable just in the way here. Should be okay. Carl says he plays literally everything. And he's 30 yourself. Wow, you don't look 30, dude. Wow, you're pretty good looking for 30 years old. Lucky boy. Oh, Warzone. Okay, right. So Warzone is your main. I thought you played Warzone, but when you didn't. Okay, so you were answering what else do you play other than Warzone. Gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, because I saw you play Warzone. I thought maybe you were just playing it like non-competitively, non-professionally. So, okay. So how do you make money from playing Warzone then? Is it tournaments? Is that what it looks like? Do you play in tournaments against other teams, or is it just from streaming? Or what? How does that work? Power World's amazing. I'm level 50. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're quite far ahead of us. I think I got to level 39 on the weekend. We've got a dedicated server. So if you wanted to play with us, you'd be more than welcome. Sounds like you're well ahead already though. So probably don't. Hopefully they're going to do server migrations, right? So if you've got a level 50 character, you could take that character to other servers. That would be pretty cool, because at the moment I guess you can't do that, right? But I guess it's in alpha, so you know it's still pretty early days. Right. Yeah, so I'm interested to know. Okay, so tournaments and stream donations via gifted subs. Okay, cool. I'm on Xbox Game Pass though. Oh, right. Okay. So what does that mean then? I'm a bit confused now. So you're going to play on a computer, but you play on your computer on the Xbox service, or how does that work? I don't understand consoles, nor do I condone them. So if you've got any console viewers here, I don't know what to say. You're just doing it wrong, guys. You need a PC. The amount of times I have had arguments with people about mouse and keyboard versus console, I can't even tell you. Trust me, I feel 30. Super grey. Nah, come on, man. Oh, okay, right. So just for Power World, you're on Xbox. Oh well, they're doing. Hopefully, I saw it in the plans. They're doing cross-play between Xbox and PC, so you should be able to, when they've got a new version coming out, should be able to play on all sorts of servers. Okay, so we've got the motherboard into the PC. So let's now have a look at where our wiring is going to go. Let's go back to this view. I think it's free on the Game Pass for PC. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you paid a subscription on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass for PC, and then you get, I guess, a bunch of games free. Is that how it works? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, if you're level 50, sounds like you're a bit of a Power World pro. What are the best powers? What powers do you use to do like bosses and stuff? Other than the legendaries, what are your favourite ones? I think mine is the big electric dude that kind of looks like the big guy from that that one film. Oh god, where am I going with this? The Studio Ghibli film with the big bear that flies, and he looks like that, and he's kind of like yellow with like electric slashes on him, and oh god. All right, let's move on. Yes. Oh my god, Grisbolt. Yeah, that. How did you guess that from my description? That was terrible. Okay, so PSU is going to go here, and then we can look at starting to route the cables through to the other side. So let's grab our PSU, and yeah, Grisbolt, I think, is my favourite. He's pretty cool. I saw a video just yesterday of these guys who had bred I think 1,800 Relaxosauruses, and they all have like super maxed stats with all of the best passives, and then when you use the active skill that he has, which is like rocket launchers, there was all 4 of them or 5 of them that had these, and they were just downing the legendary bosses in about 10 seconds. So damn, I can't even imagine how long that would have taken to breed 1,800 of them. Quite a long time, yeah. All right, so here's our power supply. Get rid of some of these bits that we don't need. I think you're going to like this. So when we were talking, I said probably won't need to end up going for a white power supply, but then of course it dawned on me that if we weren't going to go for fancy LED type cables, let's get one that's just got some nice white cables, and these are really good looking. So yeah, they've got white cables with black connectors, and that's going to kind of go with the rest of the build, right? Because it's a white and black case, and we've got a white and black motherboard and a white and black GPU. So yeah, I think it's going to look really cool. Okay. Right, let's get our motherboard into place now. We don't have airflow from the other side, so this is the correct way to put the motherboard in. The power supply in. Can you guys see this? Yeah, maybe I'll just turn this around a bit. Okay, here we go. Hey man, you're in safe company here, right? I think we're all nerds. It's Valentine's Day, and we're building or watching someone build a PC. So I don't know that it gets more nerdy than that. And you know what? I'm all about it. I love it. Happy nerd. Happy playing with PCs any day, whether it's Valentine's Day or not. Super happy. And yeah, just super happy to be building you a PC, Kyle. And as I said at the beginning, really honoured and privileged as well. It's really cool. So thank you so much for getting your PC at Gamertech. We are a fairly new company. We're small, but we have big ambitions. So to anyone that's watching, maybe all of your watchers on Kick, if there are people watching there, or anyone on our YouTube, gamertech.org is our website. It's it's not quite finished yet. So we've got PCs there for sale. We've got pre-configured, and we've got so we've got PCs that are for sale for next day delivery that we just have in stock. There's about 3 or 4 of those, 4 I think. We've then got lots of pre-configured PCs for various use cases. So you can browse by your use case. So are you a gamer? Click shop by gaming. Are you looking for to play AAA titles? You can shop by AAA PCs. Are you on a budget? We've got PCs that are on a budget. And are you looking for a small little mini ITX for maybe a media center, or just for something to take to LANs, which is really cool. We've got those too. But very soon we'll be releasing our custom configurator, where anyone that comes to our website will be able to build their own PC from almost 2,000 components. It's not quite every, it's probably every main product that you'd want to use. So I don't know, we've got something like 250 different PC cases. We've got all the CPUs, all the GPUs from all of the different manufacturers. So if you want a 4080, you'll be able to get 4080 from MSI. You'll be able to get the 4080 from Gigabyte. You'll be able to get all of the different versions, whether you want the standard, the overclocked, you want the Strix, you want whatever. All of it will be available, and you'll be able to create your own unique PC from almost 2,000 components. Tons of fans, tons of lighting options, extra network cards, all sorts of tons of different options for SSDs, for RAM. We're going to have everything, and I've been in this business for a long time, and I know all of our competitors. So I know the likes of PC Specialist and Chill Blast and iBuyPower and CyberPower, and we're going to have it's going to be a better experience. Truly, to build your PC at Gamertech is going to be a better experience with more options, and it's going to be cheaper. Damn it! So yeah, there's my little plug for today's video. Probably not the last one, but hope that's okay. Right, let's see what cables we need. We've got a lot of cables here, so sorry for all the noise. So we're going to need, so I don't think the card has high PCI, high power, so I don't think we'll need that. I'll put that aside. What I think we need is three 8-pin plugs. So let's put those aside. That's our CPU, PCI, CPU, PCI. Where's the other CPU? Here we go. Right, so there's our 2 CPU, 3 PCI for the graphics card. There's our motherboard, and then we'll just need 1 extra SATA cable for your 10 terabyte mechanical drive. So that's one of these. So Carl, I'll put the rest of these in the case, right? So you'll have a little box comes along with the PC case, and I'll put all of your cables and all of your extra bits in there as well. So if you ever decide you want to add more to the PC, you'll have all of the connectivity you need there as well. A good tip: always use the cables that come with your power supply only for this power supply. Don't mix and match cables from other power supplies, because that will make your PC blow up. Okay. Carl says, you said it, I'm with you on that. Yep, that's cool, man. Nothing I'd rather be doing. And you know what? Valentine's, it's just made up anyway, right? I mean, it's just literally some corporation at one point just said, hey, we need some more money in February because, Christmas is over, and, there's maybe not another holiday until, Easter. So let's put something in between those 2 dates, and hopefully people will buy some shit. That's how I see it anyway. Maybe I'm just a bit cynical. Right, so I'm just plugging in the power supply cables that we're going to need. Power supply cables are super easy these days because they separate them into different sizes for each end, so you basically can't go wrong now. It used to be that one end would look exactly the same as the other and you'd have to know which side goes, which way goes which, but nowadays not the case. So right, let's figure out where we're going to come through the rear to our, okay, so this is where we want to come through here. We've got these lovely rubber cable grommet pass-through things that are just amazing. I love it. Right, let's spin this round. So we've got the right side. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we're just going to do the cables to kind of like, you know, they'll just be in. I'll do all of the cable tidying and, you know, making it look fancy off camera, because quite frankly that's just, you know, an extra hour of me just sitting there fiddling with things that, you know, and installing windows and configuring, and you don't want to watch that stuff. So I'll just do that all off stream. What we'll do is we'll just get everything in, make sure it's all up and running, have a look at it, look at nice and fancy, and then we'll call it a night. Right, so let's run the cables for the CPU, and these all come from here. They're going to go up to the top corner, so I love this case. If you couldn't guess, I love it. It's so nice. It's so nice. I really want one. So, have you got any big tournaments coming up, Kyle? Anything that I could watch? Because, you know, I do watch a bit of Warzone actually. So my favourite person to watch, obviously now, apart from you, at kick.com/Viktator, probably all the people that are watching are your guys. So I don't know if any of my crew are going to be watching this, but just in case. So I really like watching Aculite. Do you know him? He's really good. I enjoy watching him, and Stone Mountain. I guess Stone Mountain's quite popular, isn't he? So you almost certainly know him, I would imagine. And who else? Well, I guess all of the guys that play with them, like Tomographic, is that his name? Oh, not very good at stuff like that. But yeah, mostly Aculite. I think Aculite is really cool. I like watching him a lot. He's super chill. That's what I like about watching people like Aculite play. He's just so chill, and he's got that voice, man. That voice just makes me like want to go to sleep or something. But at the same time, makes me really kind of like hyped while watching him. So yeah. Oh, you play with Stone and Tomo. Oh, that's so cool, man. So I've got to ask, who is the best out of the pro gamers that you play with? That might be a difficult question, I guess, because you know it's probably tough to answer, isn't it? It's a bit of a awkward one. You're like, oh yeah, it's me. I'm the best, actually. But if you say that you're not the best, then you know you're a competitor, right? So you probably have to be in that mindset of, you know, yeah, no, I'm the best, man. I'm damn good at this. So you don't play with them. Okay, right. Well, I guess they're in a completely different time zone, right? I mean, they're in the US and Canada. You're in UK, and yeah, they're probably like you, just busy doing their own thing, I imagine. I tell you what though, I definitely will put some time aside. I've subscribed to your channel, so next time I've got some spare time in the evening, and if I see you coming online, I'll have a watch. I do enjoy watching people play games. Don't usually start streaming until about 9 p.m. so time zone's not an issue, just not big enough to be on their radar yet. Oh man, that's humble. I like that. That's you know what, dude, you'll get there. You absolutely get there. I watched you play, and clearly I'm the best judge of character when it comes to skill in Warzone. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that you'll get there. Right, let's move some of these cables around a little bit, and I'm going to have a little look at some of the front I/O now. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. So what I need to do now, I'm just going to get some water. Building PCs is thirsty work. So I've got a little pro gamer story that I can tell. I used to play Counter-Strike to a fairly high level when I was young. I don't know, 19. So when did Counter-Strike come out? So probably would have been about 20 or 21 to about 24 or 5 maybe. I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6. Now we were, I guess you could say we were semi-professional, because we made a little bit of money from it, but let's be honest, back in those days there was no money in esports. It was just tiny compared to now. Like, the best teams in the world would win a couple of grand, you know. It's not like you know, Katowice Counter-Strike source tournaments and Dota 2 the international with, like, I don't know, $30 million. So yeah, we played 1.6. We were probably top 3 team in the UK. The best team at the time, without a doubt, were 4Kings 4K, who were just so much better than anyone else. Way better than we were. So whenever there was a big tournament for something like the CPL, which I'm not sure the CPL still exists, Cyber Athletes Professional League, we would always miss out on going to, like, the international stage, because, you know, we were always second or third best in the UK. So you know, and usually only the first best team would go. Yeah. Oh yeah. So and yeah, that's my little claim to fame. My little Counter-Strike pro gaming story. That's about it, really. Not particularly interesting. It was fun times though. I used to go to iSeries LANs and had just tons and tons of fun with all the people that I used to play with. It was great. Just so much fun. Very nostalgic times of you know, my childhood. Sitting in front of the computer playing games as per usual. Nothing's changed now. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm plumbing in all of the front panel connectivity. So I'm just passing through all of the cables that we need to plug into the motherboard. So this is for things like the front panel, you know, the front I/O, so the power button and the USB and various other things. So I'll just get those all connected in. Okay, that's that one. Yeah, I don't know if it was that impressive, because back then, really, no one was really that good at games. So to say that we were any good was probably just quite far from being anywhere near the level that some of the people are today. God, gamers these days. You know, I play a game of PUBG. You know, I go play a game of PUBG every now and then. I think that's probably and Warzone every now and then as well. And I'm just destroyed, absolutely destroyed. I cannot compete with I can't believe I'm about to say it again. I cannot compete with the kids of today. They are just so good, and it is almost impossible for someone like me to win a game of PUBG or Warzone. Although, you know, I've won one or two. You know, have my day every now and then. But you know what they say, even the sun shines on a dog's ass sometime. Right. This is a particularly annoying. This is a particularly annoying cable that I'm having to plug in here. Hold on a minute while I just swear and curse internally and get very annoyed, but try not to show it because oh god. Yeah, this is a bummer. I don't like this one. So there's this, I've got this rear cable that's kind of in the way. The must be a USB. What's this down here? Is it USB? No, an extra. Oh, an extra display port. Oh, that's pretty cool. Vic said he was 3rd in Europe in PUBG, and what is? I've got this bloody heart in the way of. I don't know what. Okay, that's quite annoying. Hang on, I'm gonna pull the chat out so I can. Yeah, let's pop the chat out. I was 3rd in Europe in PUBG on console, 2nd in the world for Gears of War. Wow, Gears of War 3. Dude, you are just literally a pro gamer. That's just epic. Are there any games you're not really good at? Jeez, man. People, I talk to. I've got a young nephew, right? He's. Okay. Are we back up? Gotcha. Brilliant. Man, I don't know what happened there. Everything looks fine on my screen. It's really weird, but I was just getting no connection through YouTube. Very strange. Right, so sorry. Back up and running. Okay, so let me just we should still, we've got chat still, right? Yeah. Back up and running. Chat's still good. Okay, I think we're fine. Sorry guys, don't know what happened there. I think it was some sort of very brief internet outage. Hard to say. I was just about to lecture my 13-year-old nephew. Maybe he heard and hacked my internet connection and took me down. But what I was saying was that my 13-year-old nephew wants to get into streaming, and you know, I tried to tell him that it's not just about sitting around playing games all day. And Carl, I'm sure you can empathise with this, right? You've got to have tons of skills to do this, right? Or I say this, to do what you do. You got to be good at the game. You got to be good at entertaining. You've got to be well prepared. You've got to be good at marketing. You've got to be good at social media. You've got to be good at networking to get people to watch. You've got to be good at video editing. You've got to be good at content creation. The amount of skills that you need to be a game streamer, it's loads. So I tried to tell him this, but you know, he's a 13-year-old boy. He thinks he knows everything. Which, to be fair, I thought I knew everything when I was a 13-year-old boy, and 14 and 15 and all the way up to probably about a few years ago, but I digress. It's not an easy job, I imagine, Kyle, and I imagine you've got a lot of skills that you need to make this work as well as you do. I mean, well, with the audience that you have, you must be not only very good at gaming, but also very good at entertaining. I haven't looked at enough of your streams yet to really see that for sure, but as I said, I will. I always like to be involved with, you know, British, not just British, obviously. I mean, as I said, I watch Aculite and Stone Mountain and stuff, but you know, you're just a local guy that's trying to live your dream, right? And I think that's just so cool. And I'm super into that. And if by me just watching you play Warzone will help just a little bit, I will try and do that whenever I've got some spare time. I promise. Okay, right. There's most of our cables. Yeah, it's very hard to make it for sure. Yeah, but it seems like you're doing good though, man. So you know, I'm really pleased for you. It is a hard gig, you know. I feel like sometimes that, you know, trying to do advertising and, you know, get people to go to the site, it's tough, you know. I think we've got a really good proposition. I think Gamertech are, you know, so our kind of motto is affordable gaming, and we're really trying to make sure that we walk you know, the line between, you know, making enough money to survive and, you know, have you know, a comfortable life, obviously through the business, but also making sure that we're not ever profiteering. You know, we want to put as many PCs into the hands of gamers as we possibly can, and that is our mission. You know, we want to make sure that, you know, we've had a couple of customers recently that have parents have bought for their kids their first PCs, and they've said the reason they went with us is because we were affordable. You know, they were able to get, you know, a £600, £700 or £800 PC, whereas our competitors are doing those for you know, over £1,000, and it makes a big difference. So yeah, we really want to try and help as many young aspiring gamers and content creators as possible, and you know, that includes my little nephew as well. I built him a PC, obviously. He's got just an entry-level one, you know, something to get him started, and you know, try and encourage him as much as I can, while being a little bit realistic. As I said earlier, you know, it's not just sitting on your ass playing games all day. It's a tough job. So, but I reckon that you know, anyone that puts their mind to it can achieve it for sure. It's got to be dedicated, right? Front panel character, right? Got to be dedicated in this in your business. I guess there's so much competition, right? You know, you go on Twitch and, you know, look at all the people that are streaming Warzone, and I guess there's just tons. There's just loads out there, right? What do you do, Kyle, to kind of differentiate yourself? You know, do you have a thing? You know, are you is there something that so it's really weird. It says our stream is in excellent condition, stream health excellent, healthy stream, and then it's not. I'm using OBS as a broadcast software. OBS is up and running, and it was still outputting, but yeah, damn, I don't know what's going on, man. So sorry. I hope it doesn't happen again. Well, let's just crack on. Not too far away from finishing now, so just got to get the fans and the AIO in, and then we'll be fairly close. Oh, and the graphics card, but the graphics card will just kind of, like, you know, just pop in right at the end. It's nice and easy. Okay, let's just bring this down again. Let's go and have a look. So, as I said with the cables, Carl, I will tidy those up later before I ship this out to you. It's just we're doing it kind of, a little bit rough and ready for the stream so that we don't take forever. So now we want to bring in our AIO, mount this up, get the fans on, and then make sure that we do a little bit of sort of basic cabling. Now, Carl, do you have any preference as to where you want your AIO to go, the all-in-one water cooler? I would suggest that it goes on the top. That would be where I would put it, because you've got, can you see here, you've got some cables that will come down here a little bit. I'll tidy those up so they don't get in the way too much, but then you've got the 3 fans that sit here, and they'll be slightly hidden, and also I think it's just, and the AIO will bring the fans down a little bit to kind of so you've got a bit more visibility of the ones up top, otherwise they'll be a bit kind of like hidden underneath this overhang here. So okay, yeah, take my pick. All right, let's go with top. You know what, and if you look at it when we're finished and you don't like it, I can just change it. It's like a 2-minute job, right? So no drama. Right, let's get some thermal paste and get this mounted up. Can we all see okay? Yeah, excellent. I've got, so some of these, it would help if I took the lid off, wouldn't it? Dopey idiot. Right, let's try that again. Why is this paste not coming out? This is a new tube. Take the lid off. Numpty. Right. There's our paste. Where'd that lid go? Damn it, there it is. Will you be able to boot the screen to the screen on the case? Yeah, I don't see why not, Frank. I mean, to be honest, I don't exactly know how the screen works right now. I'm guessing that there's an HDMI or a display port that goes back. Oh, you know what? That's where this is, isn't it? So this is going to be the display port input here for the front panel. Got it. Right, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll have this will be up here, which means we'll put this. I'm getting a bit confused now. I want to turn this around. Oh, good. Take that back out again. Turn this around a little bit. That would be a novelty. Just wondered if it needed some special setup. Oh, you mean boot to the screen in the case? Okay, yeah. As in, when we get to BIOS, it will literally be on the front screen. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. That'll be fun. Right. So. I think it's going to be best to mount it this way up. So we'll get the case, the rad in there. Everything's cool on our cold plate, and let's now we're just going to get our pump of the all-in-one cooler that we've got here and just get this mounted. All right. Yeah, to be honest, Frank, I don't know for sure. I've not built in this case before, so I need to figure out the best way to input for this screen. It would probably not hurt to have a little look at the manual. I don't usually need to do such things, but this is completely brand new. I've never built in both this case or any case that has a screen built into it. So I'm assuming it's going to be this input down here. I might just follow this around and see where this goes. Let's have a look. Let's hold that on there. Whoopsie. So that's the, this is the cable. Let's follow this around. This goes up here. Yeah, okay, so this goes up to the screen. Yeah, all right. That's cool. Let's just get this radiator secured before I drop it again. Right, I need to take the top panel off. Sorry guys, this probably isn't good watching at the moment, but just having to figure everything out in terms of how to get access to this top panel. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop this in place, not literally this time, and just get this top off. I'm assuming, like all the other panels, it just pulls off. Yeah, okay, here we go. Love that. Oh, it looks so nice. Look, have a look at this. Just look at that. It's so cool. It's just a really nice effect. Yeah, I think it would be fun to boot into BIOS on that, Frank. Let's give it a go, shall we? Right, so now we need to mount up our radiator to the top here. So we're going to be putting fans on here. So let's bring out one of the packs of fans. Let's get both packs of fans. And what we should have is some long screws that will allow us to go through the radiator and the fans, and we can mount them all together. Now there's going to be quite a lot of bits and pieces inside here, so give me a moment guys while I take a good look at these fans. These fans are also brand new to me, probably brand new to most people at the moment, I would think, because they are just brand new. Let's have a little look at them, shall we? Again, this was one of the elements of the build that Kyle Viktator was absolutely adamant on, having these brand new fans that have got the little LED screens in. You can see there, that's literally a screen. So we're going to have a screen, we're going to have an input somewhere so that we can have some information on these, maybe a CPU temperature or a GPU temperature or something similar. So let's just open these up. Now, for those that aren't familiar with the new-ish Lian Li range of fans, the Unifan is, as I'll show you in a second, the name gives it away a little bit, I'm sure. Hack the planet, Frank. Brilliant. Yeah, hang on. Let me just build my Gibson. Now we can do some hacking. What's his name? The Gibson, the antagonist. Oh, shit, forget his name. It's a super lame name, isn't it? So these work by you join them together essentially. So you can see we've got some connectors on there and on each one, and they join together and then they click into place, and there we go. We do the same over here. Turn around the other way. Nope, there's only one way for it to go, which is this way. And we join them together and we slot them in. So there we go. It's a Unifan. That is just so nice. And you've just got one cable for these guys. One cable. Eugene Belford. What was his nickname though, Frank? His hacking name. I wish I could remember it. No, it's gone. It's gone. I can't remember it. So we've then got Eugene, one name. We've then got our single cable, which you can see again here. Let me give you the top-down view. So we've got a single cable with a connector on here, and this connector plugs in to the side there. Can you see? Plugs into here. So that just slots into place. Which way around does it go? This way around. And there we go. That is connected now. Patient zero. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Love it. Now this then connects as a single unit to our fan controller in here. So let's open up this little box of tricks. So we've got a little controller and a little sticky pad thing, which is great. So now this, we have, let's have a look at these connections, shall we? Figure out how these work. So we've got a number of cables running off this. We've got, okay, so these cables go to the motherboard. This is our 4-pin PWM and our 3-pin 5-volt ARGB. And then we've got, okay, so this is an extra, so we've got USB, so we'll control it through the software. And then we've got an extra 6-pin power here. Okay, so we're going to have to run one of the PCI cables back to this. That's interesting because we only have 3 of them. Okay. Unifans are great, says Frank. Enjoyed putting those in the ITX build. Yeah, they're really nice, aren't they? All right, slight hiccup here in that it looks as though we need a bit of power from the PSU for these fans. And what an absolute pain in the ass. What is going on with my internet tonight? I've got Virgin Business Internet, which supposedly is, you know, supposed to give 99% uptime. This doesn't seem like 99% to me, Virgin. Sort yourselves out. Okay, we're back. Good. Right. Okay, so let's put that aside for a minute. And what we need to do is get these fans mounted to our radiator and then get them up onto the top bracket. Okay. Just move some of these cables around a bit so we're not standing on anything. There we go. Right. This bit's probably not going to be particularly interesting. I will just grab some of these screws over here that I've got. So we could just run these long ones through, or we could just use the shorties to go into the radiator here. Probably we need to put them all the way through, don't we? Let's have a look. Right. I'm starting to run out of room here. This is the desk is pretty big, but apparently not big enough. Right. Okay, so what have we got for mounting these? Oh, we've got these little pullback things where we've got the mounting points underneath. That's so cool, man. It's really nice. I love it. These are some nice fans, but they ain't cheap, these things. I think they retail at something like 130 for a set of 3. That's a lot. That's about the most expensive fans, I think, that are on the market. But they are really nice. I mean, you can see where the money goes. You can see the build quality is so nice. The feel of them, and obviously just the ease of install is great. You know, it's basically just a single unit you got to put in. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. So, where's our cables for? Now, usually we have, so we've got some short fan screws, but we don't have any long fan screws. Well, I have some long fan screws that you would usually use to go through the fan and the radiator, but they haven't supplied any, interestingly. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Am I just missing a little box somewhere of screws? Let me just check the other one, just in case. Right, so screws, yes. Little box of goodies, yes. This is just the controller though, I'm pretty sure. Just a controller. No mounting screws. How strange. So, Kyle, just to let you know what, I'll just think out loud right now. What we've got is, so, when you have an AIO like this, so you can see we've got the AIO, and then you have the fans that connect to the radiator like so, right? Now usually you get long screws like these ones. You can see these are quite long, and these go all the way through and then connect to the radiator. Now I've got some of these, but it's just really strange that they haven't supplied any, because I don't think I have enough. And they have literally not supplied a single one of these long screws, which is so strange. I don't understand. Okay, we'll crack on. We should be able to make this work. because there's I think I've got about 8 there, so hopefully we'll be okay with just using, you know, one on 4 on each set of fans. But yeah, it's a bit strange, I've got to say. Okay, no drama, we'll make it work. Right. Will we make it work? This is odd, man. Right. I'm going to do some boring things here, and I'm going to have a little look at a manual for this. Bear with, everyone. I'm going to see what it says on Leanne Lee's website, because either we've not been given the right screws, or I'm just seeing something very strange. Okay, Leanne Lee, Unifan LCD. Okay, so here's the fan. Oh, you know what I could do? I could add display capture. Could this work? Hang on, right, hang on. We're getting advanced now, my word. Okay, so display capture, screen. It's going to be a bit weird, you'll see yourself for a minute. Okay, can you see my screen? Let's see. I'm just looking at my little phone, which I've got showing up here. Okay. It looks like. Okay, I think that's good. Maybe. Right, so let's see if we can find the manual for this. These are the fans for sure. Yep, this is it. Don't mount the fan with the LCD facing inward. Thanks very much. That's great advice. Yep, we've got that. There's no way that these don't fit to radiators. That just can't be the case. It just can't be. Oh, we've got contents there. So white treble pack, yeah, small screws and not any large ones. Yeah, this doesn't tell us much. Secure fan to the radiator and cover with the rubber pads. Yeah, but there's no long screws in the box, dude. No long screws in the box. Yep, this all makes sense, but we're missing a vital component. No long, okay. I don't know, man. Very strange. Okay, let's crack on. Right. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so the only screws that they've given us are these short ones. So they just don't want us to use a radiator, do they? This is so odd. I've never had fans that don't have long screws for radiators. Never. And even if I use the long screws for the radiators, right, well, okay, we're just going to have to make do with what we have, which is really not much. Sorry for the boring little bit there, guys. I just want to make sure that this is correct. It's just very strange that we wouldn't get any appropriately sized screws for mounting to a radiator. I just can't understand why that's the case. If I'm missing something, and anyone out there watching that has an idea of why we wouldn't get those in the case, I'd love to. Oh, sorry, in with the fans. I'd love to hear it, because it's a brand new one to me. Has anyone used these Lian Li fans before? They are the Unifan TL LCD 120s. And there are no. So what we've got, just to be clear, close up top, we've got only these small screws, but not these. So these are from my stock. We don't have those in with the fans, which is really strange. Right, well, we'll press on. That's a bit of a mystery to me. Does anyone know, going back to games, does anyone know when the new Pal World updates are coming out? Because I'm really interested to know when we'll be able to do things like raiding and PvP battles with the pals. That'll be so much fun. I can't wait. Okay. Let's get these screwed in. Sorry guys, it's hard to be entertaining when you're trying to figure stuff out on the fly, because you don't know why the hell there's no correct screws. Didn't you get long ones with the AIO? Yeah, I did, Frank. Yeah, that's what I'm using. But you would usually get them with the fans as well, you know, so that you definitely have enough. In this case, we don't seem to have, and I'm going to have to just use, you know, not all of the screws, so that I can get both sets in, but it'll be fine, you know. Frank says the ability to favourite PALs so you don't accidentally compress them. Fixing patching in bases would also be... pathing. Is that what you mean, Frank? Patching in bases? You mean pathing? Would be a nice quality of life update. Yeah, agreed. That would be really good, wouldn't it? If that's what you're saying. I think it is. So let's put these little nice rubber things back on. So they look super neat. There we go. So I'm just... there we go. Should be able to see a bit better. Yeah, pathing. I'm looking forward to raid bosses. As someone that spent way too long playing World of Warcraft when he was younger, and who am I kidding, when I was older too, when WoW Classic came out, I love raiding. So I'm looking forward to doing raid bosses on Power World, which I think has the capacity, or the could be really fun. Really fun. Okay. We've got some more screws over here. Yep. Those are for HDD, for PSU. Okay, yeah, for motherboard and SSD. There's just not enough screws in this case. I mean, not enough screws just to go around in general from the fans. That's really interesting. Okay. So I'm just going to crack on because it's already been a couple of hours, and you know, I want to get this finished, and I'll do essentially the kind of, you know, the main stuff, the detail stuff later. Let's use a few of these and get this radiator attached. Oh, okay. What? So, Kyle, if you've obviously played Power World to its kind of, I guess it's max, right? So, what's the end game? You know, what do you do at the end game? Is there like any further end game content, or is there anything extra that I might not have seen yet? Yeah, Frank, you're talking about when Pokemon Go came out, aren't you? I remember that summer. Raid bosses is nice, especially if you share the server, as it's a community activity. Good memories of hopping onto the moto to pootle around and do Pokemon Go raids back in the day. Yep, I remember that. Do you remember we would go for a walk at lunchtime at work and go down to the that bench down the road where we could sit and catch Pokemons while we were on our lunch. Not really, no. Oh, okay, so there's not a lot of end game content then at the moment, I guess, is what you're saying, in Power World. So I suppose we'd be looking to see that those that new content is released as soon as possible. That's why we were playing our Power World server. At Frankland for the weekend, we put the experience up to 10 times, so that we kind of like were able to power through and do a lot on the weekend. But now I've put it back down to, I think, 2 times, so that we'll do everyone's roughly level 30, so we'll go like everyone's level 40, so we'll go from level 40 to level 50, you know, kind of a little bit faster, but still not as intended, but that's okay. But that should give us a bit of time, you know, to to enjoy the game, and hopefully they'll have then the updates all out by the time we get to 50. I suppose, Carl, you can go back and play other games, right, while you're waiting for new content in Power World. What's your favourite game you're playing at the moment, by the way? I guess you're always playing Warzone and COD, right? Because that's kind of like, I guess, your job, right? But have you got a favourite game that you enjoy playing at the moment that's maybe just for funsies? Okay. Get these other fans. Frank says, without having got there yet myself, I feel the end game is breeding, honing skills for your party powers and compressing to level up and beat the end game bosses. Yeah, I think you're right, Frank. I think it's going to be fun. We just bred our first Anubis the other day, so that was good fun. But I guess there's a lot of content there around building, not building, but breeding the strong end game pals that have the good passives, right? So I saw one guy who had like a really strong end game pal that had all of the best passives, like Lucky, Legend, the 3 stars of each, or 3 stripes. The one that gives you a ferocious or something, or whichever gives you loads of extra damage. And yeah, that looked super cool. So I guess that's kind of the what you're aiming for in the end game, right? Oops, taking off these pills here. It was Power World. I don't know now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess we can only hope that extra content comes soon for you, because I guess there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of end game at the moment. But what did they make? $750 million or something crazy? Is that right? Am I getting those numbers right? It was a lot of money. So they've got plenty of cash going around to get that development going. But I guess it takes time to hire people and to get people up to speed with what they're doing, the plan, and their internal systems and everything. And yeah, I'm only going to need one of these, aren't I? We've got 2 outputs, 4 outputs actually. So I only need one of these. So I'll put the other one aside. Let's keep this one for the moment. And then these second fans we're going to put down here. And for these fans, we'll use the standard mounting that we've got in the box. Right, let's go back here. I'm not going to take these stickers off just yet for the front LCDs, just in case there's any issue. Oh. Peels, so many peels. My word. Okay. Right. We are getting there, guys. Got a little bit sidetracked by realising that we didn't have the correct screws, which was a bit interesting, but that's fine. I had backups. So just now, let's get the second set of fans put in. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what these look like. Really looking forward to that. And so let's, probably the best way we can do this is just bring this through here. Oh, Can I do this without seeing? This is not easy. Okay, and I've obviously got it the wrong way around. So let's just, damn it. Right, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to go for bad view. Yeah, man, we're gonna be able to see the screens for sure. Yeah, definitely. No doubt. I'm just getting these fans in place. Then I can get these in, and once these are in, that's mostly everything done. So we then just need to do a little bit of wiring, figure out how the screen input works, and then I'm pretty sure I can just plug a DisplayPort straight into that screen. I'm certain we can. Sorry guys, I'm just preparing these fans, taking off the rubber grommets. There's lots of rubber grommets on these. There's like 4, 8, 12, 16, it's like 24 on each set. There's loads. Right, just get these fans mounted up. There we go. Nice. Okay, these ones are going to go in nice and easy because we're not mounting them through a radiator. And these are going to look so good. So good, I can't wait. Damn. What do you think so far? Kyle, do you think this is it looking good? It's going to look obviously a lot better once we've got everything in place, and we'll get some lights on and get the GPU in. For what you're saying so far, right, almost there. So are there any new games that are coming out soon that anyone's interested in playing? I'm still playing a bit of Sea of Stars, which is like a single player old school JRPG, which is really fun. I always play a little bit of Dota, although I don't play much Dota these days, I have to say. I'm really not very good at it anymore. I think, or rather, I don't think I've got any worse. It's just everyone's just got really, really good at that game. Okay, so let's get some of these cables running through the back. So this is for our AIO. I'm just going to plumb some of this in, guys, that you won't be able to see, I'm afraid. It's going to be a bit difficult to be able to turn it around, so I'm sorry that we'll have a few minutes without being able to see a lot. My apologies. But I'm not going to take too long doing this. I'm just going to get the basic connections sorted, and then I'm going to do all of the little tedious work of getting everything plumbed in off stream. So, right, that's one cable. I've just got to run this second cable through here. There it is. Can we get that through this one? That'd be really nice if I can get it through this top one. Oh, that might be a bit too tough. Let's aim for this second one, and I'll try putting it back in the top later, because I think that'll look a bit better going straight through the top one. For now though, no drama. Okay, so we need power to this little box here, which is our controller, and we need power to this box, which we've got. We need to plug this into a USB, and then we need these cables to plug in to the RGB and the PWM for the so we've got PWM up here. Where's the latest? Here we go. Right. So what I'm plugging in now, guys, is the fan headers that will ultimately control all of our fans. Well, we'll send the signal from our motherboard through to our controller at the rear, and then I'm going to put that behind, and then through the controller to the fans. That way we have much less cables coming through here, and it just looks a lot tidier. I'm going to bring this one through here, and I'm going to tidy these up a bit more, I think, later. For now, as I said, I'm just going to get them plugged in so that we've got everything working. Hi Rich, nice to see you. Thanks for joining, really appreciate that. Frank says, I want to play Pacific Drive. I like a bit of survival. We played a lot of Lethal Company over the weekend, and that was great. Looking forward to more of that. So what's Pacific Drive then, Frank? I've not heard of that one. Okay. That's plugged in, that's plugged in. We've got this, we've got that. We've got just power there. And we've got power there. That's fine. Right, okay. So now let's get the graphics card. All right. Wait till you see this bad boy. Oh yeah. This is really something. Let's just move this across for a bit. Okay. We still good? Yep. Looks like we're still good. So it seems like the internet has sorted itself out now. Oh, Carl, I don't know if you heard my response earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna plug in the screens and do a little bit of. So we should just be able to see the screens working, but I'm going to spend a bit of time tomorrow doing the configuration of them. Right. So in terms of delivery, I'm going to arrange the delivery for. Well, I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of fiddling with things tomorrow morning, and then I'll see if I can get the delivery arranged for the afternoon. If not, it will have to be the next day. Hope that's okay, because it takes a bit of time. You know, you don't want, you know, this step of building the PC is just the first step, really. A lot of the important stuff will come tomorrow, which is you know, all the cable tying, and I'll need to do some, you know, testing, some stress testing as well. So I'll put it through you know, a stress test program that we use, just to make sure everything is all good. Because obviously I don't want to deliver anything to you until we know for sure that everything is working properly. And you know, that's I need to install Windows and drivers and updates. If you don't, I don't mind, send it to Overworld if you like, mate. If that's easy, I'll pop down and grab it next week. Hey, completely up to you, Carl. Completely up to you. Just you know, let me know what you prefer. I'm happy to do whatever is best for you, sir. As they say, the customer is always right. So you decide what's best for you, and I'll make sure it happens, basically. Right, I'm just going to get this PCI riser back in place now. But one thing I will say though is that I do just want to make sure that we've got some time for testing. That is quite important. I know you're probably super excited to get PC as quickly as possible. Totally understand that, but it's I think equally important that we make sure that everything is working properly and tested and ready to go for you. The last thing we want is because they're electrical components at the end of the day, right? They could be working today but could just stop working tomorrow. I mean, it's not likely obviously, but we do a stress test to kind of simulate long-term use, so that we know for sure that everything is working fine, right? And that way you get your PC with 100% knowledge that everything is fine and it's not just going to die tomorrow. So yeah, let me know what you prefer, Carl. I'm happy with any option. Pacific Drive, Frank says, Pacific Drive is an upcoming survival set in the Pacific Northwest, which the player traverses on foot or in a station wagon as they attempt to find their way to escape. They are like supernatural anomalies you need to escape, and the station wagon gives 80s vibes. It's like driving around in Christine, oh cool, or Ecto 1. Rich says, I just started playing The Last Campfire. Okay, don't know what's happening. Getting pretty peeved with my internet connection right now. Piece of crap. God damn it. Right. I'm just getting the PCI riser back in place. This graphics card is going to look so nice vertically mounted. It's a really cool looking GPU. I like it a lot. Oh, I haven't properly shown you, have I? Let's have a look. Let me put the main reverse. There we go. There we go. There's the GPU. Looks really nice. Almost pure white. It's really cool. Okay, let's just put that aside. Then we need to just make sure these cables are held in place. There's like a little brackety thing I'm putting over the top of the cables right now. Just little things, but it's the detail in cases like this, that really make the difference. From a bad case to a good one. And I have to say, this is a very good case. You made a good choice here, Carl. It's really nice. And I'm a full-on case nerd. So, okay. The Last Campfire, little puzzle game. What does that look like, Rich? I've not heard of that one either. What do you do in The Last Campfire? Okay. So let's get our GPU mounted. Let's check how many slots we need for this bad boy. We need 3 slots. Damn. Who's a big boy? Is it just me or the fans bowing? Yeah, I was just putting, they're not bowing, well they are a little bit, but they're just, I need to put the other screws in as well to, let me do that now. One second, sir. So just going to take a couple more of these. I was just getting them in for the moment. It's just because they're not secured down in the middle. That's all. Not bowing as such, they're just kind of being pushed out a little bit. That's all good. I'll just get these in now. Yeah, no, it's all good. I was aware, but it's always good to put these in properly so that there's no issues. There we go. Cool. There we go. Nice and straight. Okay, so let's get these other two IO shields off. And then we've got our GPU in, and then we're going to turn it on. Exciting times. Isometric style, mostly push block puzzles. Oh, cool. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I like that. Pretty, nice chill game. Sounds interesting, Rich. Okay. Graphics card. Is in. All right. Let's get our thumb screws for the GPU. Get this secured in place. And then we're set. We've got some extra bits for the GPU, Carl, like we've got some brackets and things to hold it in place better. I'm not going to worry about that right now because it's already been a fairly long stream, but I will get that all sorted for you. So here's your final kind of rough look. Let's take this off, shall we, for the screen. Hang on. Just got a bit of tape here because I don't want to get this scratched. All right. What are we saying? That is a big boy. Yeah. All right, we've got some more tape on this. Let's take this off. There we go. Okay, so we're probably going to need some software. Do we need some software for this? Let's just try booting it into BIOS with this screen, shall we? That'll be fun. Let's give that a try. Yeah, that is a big old chungus of a GPU, right? Okay, so power cable. Check. Oh, I've got some existing ones trunked in already. So let's use that. The moment of truth. Okay, now where's that power button? Down here? We got it? All right. Oh, my bad. GPU power. Getting ahead of myself here. Getting too excited. Let's get some power through. We want it here. So where should we bring it through? I think down below and then up top behind it. Yeah. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so bring this up under here. That's going to look pretty nice. Yeah, that's going to be mostly hidden actually, so that'll be really cool. I'm just going to turn this round again, guys. So sorry, you won't be able to see too much for a few seconds. I just need to make sure that I can get some clearance to get these cables in. just take a sec. Okay, there's one. PCI, where did that go? Here we go. It's alive! It's called Nexus, I believe. That tiny cable for the screen, by the way, goes from the port to the GPU. Okay, alright. To be honest, I just I didn't do any real kind of, prep. I figured it would just be pretty simple, and yeah, it mostly has been. It's brand new build, brand new case I've never used, but it can't be that complicated. But if you've had a little look into this a bit more than me, Carl, then yeah, give me some tips, bro. Okay, so what we're saying then, the tiny cable is for the screen, by the way, goes from the port to the GPU. Okay, right. Are you so excited that you just can't hide it? Are you just about to lose control and you think you like it? Whoa, yeah. Okay, thanks, Rich. So this little cable, this goes from the GPU, so I guess it's just a second output, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, I love that. All right. To here, and then we'll have the GPU. I'm going to have to steal the GPU from our... Oh no, let's just do it to our screen first. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. All right. Yeah. We've gone this far. Let's just go with it. Right. It's always fun to kind of do things by, just figuring it out. If it's wrong, then All right, fans spinning. Top fans aren't spinning. That's interesting. Where's our top fans? Top fans. Did I not plug that in properly? Okay. I think I did peel the screen panel, Frank. Is it still peel? It's got stuff on it, right? I mean, is that just the touch screen stuff? I can't really see from back here, but so I've put the little GPU. I want to steal the signal from this one so I can get an output to a screen, to another screen. Hopefully the stream doesn't go down again while I'm doing this. That would be annoying. Okay. We've got a bit of a mess of cables back here at the moment in terms of a few bits and pieces. Do we need... Oh, yeah, okay, so this... I've got a USB that needs to be plugged in. I've got a couple of USBs that needs to be plugged in. I wonder if we need that for the fans that aren't spinning. So let's just... just see what we've got. So we've got no output We've got lights but not fans on the GPU. We've got plenty of fans going over there. They're running at full speed, but we've got no signal at the moment. So let's turn this off. I'm just going to have a little fiddle with the cables. Saw some logos on the front screen. Oh, cool. Okay, right. Well, I'm just going to plug some USBs in here because we've got some for our controllers. It might be a bit difficult now that the GPU's in place. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, so I'm seeing some output on those fans. That's the ones at the top. I wonder if I've just not plugged that in properly. No, that's definitely in because that's okay. So this is our cable coming down here, and that's going into exactly the same one as this one. Let's try a different port, shall we, on this? See if that works. So I'm plugging both of those sets of fans into the same controller, so there's no reason why one should be working and one isn't. It's quite strange. So did you say we're seeing something on the front panels here? Can't see the front panels. Might have to turn things around now. Yeah, the Unifan's plugged into the controller. The controller box is powered. Yeah, the controller box is powered. I've got power going to the control box from here. I just haven't plugged the USB in yet. Now I don't think that should make any difference, but I guess I'll try plugging that in and see if it does make a difference. But it shouldn't do. But you never know. As I said, I've not used these before, so let's give it a try. I was just trying to take a bit of a shortcut to just sort of, you know, get everything in place so that we can. There's a central logo, quick flash of a small logo at the top first time round, missed the subsequent boot. Okay, thanks Frank. Yeah, so I was just trying to do the bare minimum basically to get everything up and running. But what I'll do is I'll just plug these USBs in now. Where's our little release panel for the graphics card here? Oh, that's tough to get to. Come on. There we go. Right. So we should have some USBs down the bottom. Yes, we do. Let's plug these in. Now, if this works, that's great. You know, it's just nice and easy. I guess you don't usually need. So the USB is generally just for the control. You know, so you can control the fans through your software, your special software, and maybe they won't work properly without the special software, but again, that is not usually the case with fans and fan controllers. But then again, these are brand new and they are different because, you know, they've got little LCDs on them, little screens on them, so maybe the USB is actually needed, who knows. But I'm going to plug them in now so that we'll see for sure. But it's a bit strange that one of the sets of fans spins and the other one doesn't. They're both plugged in. Okay. A little bit of a mystery on that, but we'll figure it out. This is the fun of computers, right? You know, all the troubleshooting and to get things working. Now, this is obviously why some people buy from integrators such as ourselves, so that you don't have to do this. This is pretty complicated. Right. Interestingly, we've now got no fans spinning. That is odd. Oh no, we've got fans spinning and we've got lights now on one set of the unifans. So what on earth is happening with the other set? They look really nice. Can you see that, guys? Let me turn these around. The ones at the back there. Look at those. Beautiful. So, can't actually see much here. So, still got no signal though. I'm just going to try running an HDMI cable from... No, I don't have an HDMI input for my monitor. Oh, what a pain. Right, I'm going to try something else. Let's just leave it a second, see if we get anything at all. No. So I'm going to plug this third power cable that I had for the graphics card, that should work with only two, but seems to not be working with just the two. So let's pass through the third one, and then we should have all of our power for our graphics card, and there's no reason why we won't get the output then. As I said, the components have all been tested. They all definitely work, so it's possible just something I've not plugged in correctly, which, you know, it can happen even for someone that does this every day. Usually you know, everything goes off without a hitch, but especially when you've got new case, new fans, and especially when the fans have brand new technology like these ones, you know, they're brand new kind of tech that I've never really used before. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Right. I think I see the problem. Okay. The PCI riser was just very slightly not plugged in. Okay. Let's try again. Now, what we're looking for now is a... Oh no. Oh no, are we still up? The RGB on the edge of the vertical fans is awesome. Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it? I like that a lot. They've gone off again now because I'm just taking some of the power away from them, because I just want to get this output to right, let's try this. Where did that display port cable go? Right. Plug this in. Okay, awesome. We have a signal and it looks good. Great news. So, should we then have a signal? Oh yeah, look, here we go. Can you see it? It's a tiny little, we've got some stuff going on there. I can't see exactly what it is, but there's stuff. Is this another? I can't tell if there's what's going on there. I'll have to look properly in a minute. Okay, so let me just work on getting these fans working properly now. I think so. We're essentially all good now, Kyle. Everything is put together. Yeah. Everything's looking fine. I just need to figure out the control panel for these lights. So I'm just gonna, I've got a USB there. I've got one more USB I want to pass through. I'm hoping this will give us the signal that we need. Okay, I'm gonna steal one of those power connectors back from my graphics card again. Not that one. Which one is it? There we go. Okay. Peel it. Okay. Just hold on. Right. Okay. Right. Hold on. Okay. Jesus, that's heavy now. Right. Where's the peel? Okay. Here we go. Right. There was like, I already did 2 peels off the front of this. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let's pass through this USB. Oh, I don't want to take the graphics card off again. Oh. All right, people, we're all good. Power's off. Lovely job. Let's run this down. We've got one more USB I want to plug in. Should be one just to the bottom right or the bottom left. No, use those. Okay. Right. Let's just see what we get on the front panel, shall we? I just want to make sure this front panel is working properly. Okay. Right, there go the fans. So we've got the one fan is working again, which looks super nice. I love that. That's really, really cool. Yeah, that's a black monitor, isn't it? It's a really nice screen, I have to say. Okay, let's see what sort of output we get on that. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do something about the. So what we've got is that the PCI cables that we've got 3 of and the graphics card needs 3 of them, right? So I tried to just run it with 2, and it's not running with just 2. So clearly we need all 3 of those PCI power cables. But the controller for the fans also requires one, but we only have 3, and we need 3 for the graphics card. So it might be, Kyle, that I might have to order another one from Cooler Master, which is no drama. There's another power cable, there's another slot there, but it's just kind of annoying because obviously I want to get you your PC as soon as I can. We'll see. So I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of troubleshooting off screen because, well, I don't know about you guys, but me just faffing about trying to figure stuff out and not getting much done because I'm trying to talk to you and troubleshoot, and yeah, it doesn't make for good viewing. So I think I'll probably just do this off screen, but I'm very confident we can get it all running. Have we got any? Can you see something on the front there? Yeah, okay, so we've got an output. That's great. That's just our BIOS screen, isn't it? Awesome. Okay. So I think if you don't mind, I'll call it a day today. Because I think we've got a little bit more work to do, making sure that I think there's some extra cabling that's going to have to happen here to get everything working. So I'm sorry to say that might take a bit of extra time, Kyle. Yeah, we got signal, that's all good. Right. Yeah, it looks really nice, man, honestly. I'm just going to have to spend a little time doing a bit of TLC here because I need to work out this cable issue, and it's not the sort of thing that, you know, it makes for good viewing, and you know, it's something that anyone wants to watch. And to be honest, I don't really want to do that while streaming, because, you know, troubleshooting takes a lot of concentration, and you know, I need to tidy everything up. And but I'm really happy with how this looks. We've seen the fans in action. They look really nice. The GPU is brilliant. I think the color scheme is really nice. And when I've tidied it up a bit, we've got some, you know, more, you know, tighter cables running. It's going to look really, really nice. I'm really, really pleased with that. Even better with anime tatters on the front screen. Wow. Yeah, to be fair, I'd probably do that too. Yeah. I didn't realise you were an anime fan. I am currently watching a new anime called Solo Leveling. Have you heard of that one? Looks, it's really fun. You should check it out. Are you watching anything interesting? So I think that's going to about do it for today. So I will spend some more time with this tomorrow, getting everything finished up. We'll talk tomorrow about how you want me to deliver this to you, Kyle, whether it's just going to be delivered or if you'll come down to Overworld. Up to you. I'm happy with it either way. So, but yeah, I'll have this all finished up tomorrow, tested, stress tested, Windows installed, etc., etc., all the good stuff that you need, and it's just going to be ready to run out of the box for you. Last one I watched was Bastard. I don't know that. Well, thanks very much everybody for watching. I'm sorry we didn't get everything up and running and looking super awesome tonight. I would have really liked that, but we've already gone 3 hours, and I think I spent a lot of time chatting away and not enough time building this computer. But it's been a real pleasure for me. I've really enjoyed it. Hope you guys have had a good time too. Please don't forget to check out gamertech.org, where you can find the best value PCs in the UK. And I've been Tal, and I've had a great time. I hope you have too. So thanks everyone. See you next time. Bye.